Good morning. I'm Judge Serafino. Any questions?
Will you describe basically, I mean, a long time for justice to wait or what?
Yeah, really too long. Should have been done a year after. As soon as I would give it a year.
Can you describe Getsy's demeanor in his final moments and your reaction?
He was apologetic to us. Looked at myself, my sister, my cousin that went in. Talked to his people that were with him. But it's too little too late. He's been asked a number of times to tell the truth, and he hasn't told the truth till today. He still hasn't told the truth. So.
When you say that, what do you mean that he still hasn't told the truth?
Well, I wrote to him to ask the truth. He lied then. He lied to the parole board. He's lied till this day. He has never taken responsibility of what he did. Come in and kill my mother and try to kill me. That was the bottom line. But he told everybody it wasn't him. It was Rick McNulty. It was John Santini. It was his upbringing. Whatever it was, he never took responsibility.
And how do you feel about what he did say there, where he apologized? He said he knows it's a little word, but it was true.
Well, what are you going to do when you're laying there? We're going to be dying in a couple minutes. I mean, I'm pretty forgiving, and I'm going on with my day. This day doesn't do nothing for me. Either way, all I know is my mother is still in the grave, and that's the bottom line.
You were here when your mother took her last breaths, and now you're here for Jason Getsy's final breath that he took. I know that no one's a winner in this situation at all, but do you feel like there's some measure of justice finally for your mother, or what thoughts go through your mind at this date finally being here?
Well, like I said, he had to pay for what he did. You know, we all have to pay for what we do in life, and he did today. Anything else? I'm going to talk to my sister, Nancy.
Hi, I'm Nancy Serafino, Ian's daughter. And I don't know if you have any questions for me exactly, but I wanted to take this time real quickly to thank a lot of people. It's been a long fight, a big fight from my perspective, unexpected fight in the last 4 weeks. And I couldn't be any more grateful to, of course, the Attorney General's office, to Karen Ho and her organization, Jenny's here. You know, you go through this, and honestly, you think that only your family, your brother, the family behind you, you have a large family, really know the agony and pain of what you're going through, but realize in the process that you actually have an extended family that is really not related to you, but feels for you, that fights for you, that wants justice. And the organizations that have helped us out, the individuals that have been there for us, Miriam Fife, for 14 years since the day I met her. But I really want to extend with all of those that I mentioned. Prosecutor Dennis Watkins, his whole organization, and Miriam Fife, of course, part of that. None of this would not have happened without them at all. We did put up a good fight for the petition drive and everything for justice for my mother. It was 4 weeks worth of the worst 4 weeks of my life. I would have felt like he won again if he didn't, the sentence was not carried out. He sentenced us to life without my mother for 14 years and for the rest of my life in the time of his sentence. And I was very adamant about the fact that he needed to pay for what he did. I did not put him here, we did not put him here. His actions put him where he was. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank everybody that I needed to thank, and I'm sure I'll be doing that for a long time coming.
When he addressed you and your brother, what thoughts were running through your mind?
I'll tell you the two major thoughts that when I witnessed. Those of you that know that there's a video camera there, the first thought I had while I was watching, to be very honest, is isn't this ironic that because the view is you're looking down on him, and I thought it was 14 years ago, and the last face my mother looked up and saw was Jason Getsy's face, and it's ironic now that he's, he wasn't seeing me, but I was seeing him from the top down. I did think that. He did he looked at my brother and I and my cousin Sue directly one at a time. Then he looked at his family, but then he did address us as Charles and Nancy Serafino. He did apologize. I thought possibly that he would, and he did. I can tell you that it seems to be, I also thought, to be very honest, is that was at least a lot more humane than what he did to my mother 14 years ago, because he basically just went to sleep. But I did tell Miriam just a minute ago, which was a surprise for me, because I've been pretty strong about this whole thing. It was sad. It was a sad situation, but his actions brought all of us here to that day. So sad that he died and paid for his, not so much, just sad for the whole situation that brought us here.
How do you feel about the words he spoke to you when he apologized?
To be very honest again, I'm going to have to say, which I didn't think, I think I believe him. I thought those words were going to be words, and I wasn't going to see, feel anything at all if he did apologize. I think he was sorry. Does that make any difference? No, but I think they were genuine, and I wouldn't have said that up to right before I went in there. I would have expected me to feel as I felt for 14 years. That, I mean, he really has, in my mind, has shown no remorse for 14 years. He has lied, as my brother said, through the whole thing. He's alive, so we know what happened. And if he was truly found gone, if he truly remorseful, I truly believe that he would at least tell the truth. So I have not ever felt that, so I didn't think any words coming out of his mouth was really going to faze me at all. I do think it was a genuine apology. That's all I can say.
Ma'am, what do you think about the disparity of the sentences between him and Santine? That was sort of the issue with the clemency board.
Well, I have a pretty strong issue about that, as I said in the clemency. It wasn't even common sense, let alone legal sense, that they named a few things, the parole board, the 5 of the parole board, that basically said he doesn't deserve to die because he didn't get the same sentence, meaning Sir John Santine. You know, we all know logically, different time, different court, different jury, different county. You know, we could not do anything when John Santine did not get the death penalty, right? It's the law, it's the way it goes, it can't be retried, and I have no feelings, negative feelings against the jury that had to make a horribly hard decision. They are human beings like you and I, so I had to live with that. Okay, we all had to live with that, and I have for 14 years, because what the truth is I agree with everybody saying, but it's the opposite. John Santine should have been put on death row. That's the equality, but it didn't happen, and we have to live with that. You can't make, I told the clemency hearing, you can't make that right. You are not God. You can't fix what happened 14 years ago, because if you could, you would bring back my mother, I hope. But that can't happen. So you don't fix it. And the simple thing I said was, I don't get it. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Period. 2 wrongs don't make a right, and that's what they tried to do. 5 of them tried to say, okay, let's make this right. You can't, because you're not God. You can't go back 14 years. You can't make it, bring my mother back. You can't make that jury make a different decision, and that's the only way you can do it. So I think the disparity of sentence, I guess that's the answer. I didn't get that at all. It was just common sense how the law works. We all have to abide by the law. We'll go by the law. We have to live with the John Santine sentence, and we do. But you can't do that. I mean, there's a disparity of sentence. Go back. That's what I told the parole board. Go back and fix your laws then of how to fix what is actually wrong. Don't try to make another wrong to fix what was wrong 14 years ago in most people's minds.